Hello, and welcome into Stresse Economy, an audiobook on the true origin of our modern globalized economy, written by the unknown. I'm Vince Douglas, and I will be your narrator throughout this deep dive into the not discussed so much core engine of our economy, stress. Part 1. Foundations. Stress, the invisible engine of the economy. Chapter 1. Introduction. The hidden side of the economy. Economics is often taught as a science of exchange, where trust plays a central role. Trust between a buyer and a seller, between an employee and their company, between an investor and a market. Without trust, they say, no transaction is possible. That's true, but that's not the whole story. Because behind this displayed confidence, there is always a prior tension, a silent, omnipresent tension that precedes the economic act. Stress. Stress, the forgotten element. Stress doesn't get a good rap. In the collective imagination, it's synonymous with exhaustion, burnout, and anxiety. Yet, on the scale of human history, it has been a formidable driving force for action. The hunter-gatherer felt the stress of hunger. He went hunting. The craftsman felt the stress of lacking resources. He sought to exchange. The modern entrepreneur feels the stress of competition. He innovates. In economics, we rarely talk about this force because it is invisible in balance sheets. Confidence is measured by interest rates, volatility, confidence indices. But stress is hidden in behavior, in the urgency to produce, to secure, to accumulate. Why talk about stress now? Because our modern economy was not born solely from the desire to cooperate, but also from the fear of missing out, of losing, of failing. And in a hyper-connected world where stress signals circulate faster than ever, financial markets, social networks, instant information, understanding this hidden driver is essential. This book defends a simple idea. There can be no trust without stress. It is stress that creates the need, and it is the need that drives trust. What we will explore in the next chapters, we will see how stress shaped the earliest forms of exchange and currency. Economic crises are actually crises of collective stress. Modern markets exploit and organize stress to function, and how perhaps an ecology of stress could balance our societies. As we will discover in the next chapter, stress is not just an individual reaction. It is also a collective phenomenon capable of structuring an entire economy from the cave age to the digital age. Chapter 2. Stress as a biological and economic driver. Stress is first and foremost a matter of biology. Long before stock markets or commercial contracts existed, living beings were already subject to tensions that conditioned their survival. In humans, this pressure has evolved into a complex mechanism capable of triggering physical, emotional, and economic reactions. Biological stress, the trigger for action. In nature, stress is an alarm. It indicates an imbalance. A vital need is not being met, or danger is imminent. This alarm activates our body. Increased heart rate, energy mobilization, focus on an immediate goal. Among our hunter-gatherer ancestors, hunger created stress that drove them to act, searching for fruit, tracking game, making a tune. No stress, no urgency. No urgency, no action. Economic stress, social translation. As humans move from living in small nomadic groups to more complex societies, stress took on a new dimension. It was no longer just a matter of fleeing a predator, but of managing scarcity, competition, and uncertainty on a large scale. The economy was born from this transposition. Need, tension, search for solution. Solution to cooperation or exchange with others. Exchange to value creation and social organization. A simple example: if a village lacks water, Collective stress.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?